I secretly exposed my abusive boss after he ruined my friend's career, and he finally got what he deserved. I always thought karma was just a word people used to make themselves feel better. Like, if you waited long enough, the universe would balance the scales. But I never really believed it. At least, not until the day I watched my old boss, Mr. Harlan, get exactly what he deserved. I started at Harlan Sons when I was 22, fresh out of college, desperate for a job that would pay the rent. The office was a maze of gray cubicles and flickering fluorescent lights, the kind of place where dreams went to die. But I was grateful. I told myself I'd work hard, keep my head down, and maybe, just maybe, I'd get noticed. Mr. Harlan noticed me all right. He noticed everyone. He had a way of making you feel small, like you were lucky just to be breathing his air. He'd stroll through the office, barking orders, making jokes at your expense. If you made a mistake, he'd call you out in front of everyone. If you did something right, he'd take the credit. I learned quickly to keep my mouth shut. I watched as he promoted his favorites, people who laughed at his jokes, who brought him coffee, who never disagreed. I watched as he fired good people for no reason, just because he could. I watched as he lied to clients, fudged numbers, cut corners. I told myself it wasn't my problem. I needed the job. But then, he went after Maya. Maya was the best person I knew. She was smart, kind, the kind of person who remembered your birthday and brought in cupcakes for the whole floor. She'd been at Harlan Sons for 5 years, and everyone loved her, except Mr. Harlan. Maybe it was because she stood up to him. Maybe it was because she didn't laugh at his jokes. Maybe it was just because she was better than he'd ever be. One afternoon, I found her in the break room, her hands shaking as she tried to pour a cup of coffee. "He's making my life hell," she whispered. "He's been giving me impossible dead lines, changing my work after I submit it, telling HR I'm not a team player. I don't know how much longer I can take it." I wanted to help, but I was scared. I'd seen what happened to people who crossed Mr. Harlan. They disappeared, their names erased from the company directory, their desks cleared out before lunch. A week later, Maya was gone. No warning, no goodbye. Just an empty desk and a terse email from HR. "Maya Patel is no longer with the company. Please direct all inquiries to Mr. Harlan." I tried to call her, but her number was disconnected. I heard she moved back in with her parents, that she was looking for work, that she was struggling. Something broke in me that day. I started keeping notes. Every time Mr. Harlan lied, every time he doctored a report, every time he bullied someone. I saved emails, printed out spreadsheets, recorded meetings on my phone. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I knew I couldn't let him get away with it. It took months. I watched as he got bolder, as he started skimming money from the company, as he bragged about his new car, his new house, his new girlfriend. I watched as he fired 2 more people, both of them single moms, both of them in tears as they packed up their things. I waited, I watched, I gathered evidence. And then one morning, I sent an anonymous package to the board of directors. I included everything: emails, recordings, spreadsheets, even a video of him berating an intern until she cried. I didn't sign my name. I didn't have to. The fallout was immediate. The board called an emergency meeting. Mr. Harlan was called in, his face red, his hands shaking. I watched from my cubicle as security escorted him out of the building, his box of personal items clutched to his chest. The office was quiet for days. People whispered in the hallways, eyes wide with disbelief. HR sent out a memo. "Mr. Harlan is no longer with the company. We are committed to fostering a respectful and ethical workplace." A week later, Maya called me. Her voice was stronger, steadier. "I heard what happened," she said. "Thank you." I wanted to tell her it was nothing, that I'd just done what anyone would do, but I knew that wasn't true. Most people look the other way. Most people are afraid. I wasn't afraid anymore. The new boss is different. She listens, she asks questions, she promotes people who deserve it. The office feels lighter, brighter,